All right, thank you, Pastor Aaron. All right, so introduction of leaders. Well, you know Pastor Aaron Lane. You can wave.
Hello.
There he is. Yes. And I am Matt Pittman. I'm the director of youth and family ministries here at Advent. And then my right hand person and pretty much the thorn in my side, Angie Soltez. Angie with her sunglasses on. Yes, she looks fabulous. And what is St. Vincent? Yes. So you can unmute yourself there, Angie. Tell
Oh, my. I
you
am
are
not muted.
unmuted. So go ahead and just introduce who you are and what you do and why you do this and how long.
I'm Angie. So I help Matt because I love working with the kids, despite not getting compensated for the headaches that he brings me on a regular basis.
Ah,
Um,
ow.
I had to put it in there. I'm sorry. So, and I am I was interested in helping him out because I love working with youth. I work at St. Vincent Family Center as a mental health counselor for youth and families and their kids. And so this was just another outlet to do that and another fun way to do that. So, yeah.
All right, very cool. Thank you, Angie. Believe me, kids, you'll hear a lot more from Angie later. But she's probably not going to say much more tonight, just because Pal and I like to, talk about all this stuff. So, our next item is our purpose of doing these evenings. For me, I would say the purpose is that when you leave Advent, we want you to be developed as a true believer and have a deeper faith in a way that leads into the rest of your life, whatever that means. That's kind of where I am. So I take what Pal does and make it a little bit deeper, I think.
Yeah, I'm very superficial. So I'm very shallow, as you can probably tell by the sermon today. No, but yeah, Matt's right. So, just a natural progression. Again, many of you know this, but I'll just say it. My degree from Capital is elementary education. So I'm big on educational psychology. I'm big on pedagogy and different learning styles, Gardner's theories of multiple intelligences, using personality tests like Gary Chapman's 5 love languages, using Enneagram, using Myers-Briggs, all these different things and all these different techniques in order to understand how to go about it. I know for me in my pedagogy, I'm all about, as it's been stated before, it's somebody asked Michelangelo, how do you see these things? How do you, when you're sculpting, how do you see the statue and do it? And he says, well, the statue's already in there. I'm just taking away all the junk. And so that's kind of where I am. I like to teach that way. I very John Dewey method. I'm a hands-on learner. So I like to do things that are action oriented. But yeah, there's lectures and things like that because there are some things that we have to teach. So the way that I go about it is concentration, relaxation, concentration, and again, trying to get the multiple intelligences going to try to fit everyone at least at some time. So that's me. That's how I like to go. And we'll talk more about some of that stuff if you have questions later. But it is all about the faith. Yeah.
And I think for me, I follow that the concentration, relaxation stuff also, but to a little lesser degree because we're a little bit more mature and can handle longer chat times and stuff like that. But we definitely have fun in senior high, I think. Is there anything else that, as far as purpose, Pal, or you good?
No, I think you nailed it. Again, there's no graduation from church. This is, we're trying to get you guys to have the tools, all the students to have the tools for lifelong learning, lifelong discipleship, and a love, to show that loving God is a beautiful thing, and it's something that's going to change and take different shapes as we go forward. So yeah, that's why we're here. Relationship with Jesus.
Pal, we didn't assign this one, but I'm going to let you go ahead and take the explain no dinner at this time and all that stuff.
Yeah, thanks. So according to the Franklin County Health Department, I've been on a lot of Zoom calls and a lot of meetings that have been specifically geared towards churches. As you can imagine, there's a lot of churches in the Columbus area that do a variety of things, including food pantries, including soup kitchens, including clothing closets and things like that. So in these calls, one of the things they said is, unless you're really an essential soup kitchen, you probably shouldn't be serving food at this time. It's just a good idea not to do it. So we are not going to normally just, I guess, let me back up to go forward. Normally our time is from 5:30 to 7:30. In that first half hour, we normally have 6th through 12th grade youth together for a community time and a shared meal. And normally we would ask parents to hopefully only have to do that once a year to provide for everybody. There are some times where we do have to double dip a little bit just because of numbers. But that being said, this year we're not going to be doing that. So we have modified our time to, instead of 5:30 to 7:30, it's going to be from 6 to 7:30. And we're asking all the parents to have the kids fed by the time they get to the church.
Let's say that one more time to make sure that everyone heard that.
All right, fantastic. So again, we're meeting from 6 to 7:30, as long as we are not in a level 1 in Franklin County. That's a different story as things evolve. Hopefully it will. But for right now, we need to meet from 6 to 7:30, and please have your students, your kids fed by the time they get to us. They are also encouraged to bring water bottles or something to drink with them. That way we don't have a lot of movement in the building that's really unnecessary. So please bring something to drink with you. And also please be fed by the time you arrive at 6 p.m.
And if you notice there, it says we will be meeting outside if the weather permits. If it's raining, of course we would go inside. But our goal is, until it gets too uncomfortable to be outside, we're going to be meeting outside. That seems to be the safest thing to do. And that's kind of the guideline that we're following there.
And plus, another part of that is Matt and I, in our discussions and planning, is we understand a lot of you are going to have a lot of screen time. And so this is going to force us as leaders not to also utilize electronic means whenever we can. Sometimes it's going to be unavoidable, and sometimes it's going to be necessary. But we're really trying to do a dance with what culture is doing. We're trying to be countercultural. So if the schools are relying more and more on technology and screen time, we want to rely less and less on it. And then if schools get back into session where everyone's back in school in person, not utilizing screens as much, then maybe we can, in order to give some breaks. So.
Yep. Okay. If as a general thing, if you have any questions or concerns that you want to state, but you can put them in the chat. Just go ahead and put that into the chat, and we'll see that. So now we are moving on to how we communicate. I'm going to go and jump over here, not there, here. Hopefully it went. No, it didn't. What happened? I deleted. I closed it out. All right. My bad. All right.
You can trust us. We're professionals.
It just bumped it. It just bumped it off. There it goes. All right. So here is band, as you can see right here. and it says Band US. There is a band app, which we would ask you all to download onto your phones. And then what you will be getting, as you did with Team Snap, you would get different things happening. We would be those things would pop up on your screen as a push notification. So you can kind of monitor that. This is free. Yay!
Yay.
And it pretty much does everything that Team Snap did. It's not, and it doesn't cost anything. So I think it's seems to be easier to do than Team Snap was for us. But I think it's going to be advantageous for us and our budget, for heaven's sake. So we have the senior high youth group, which is the one we're looking at right now. And then how can you do you have yours up or not?
I don't, but you have to stop sharing your screen.
Yeah, okay. So there's a confirmation is, there's another, I can do it really quick, I think. Yeah.
Here, there's a shortcut.
Yeah. That's not what I wanted.
Matt, I'm going to take over your screen.
Okay, good.
Okay. So basically, very quickly, just to show you, share. So what you see on your screen right now is my screen for band.us. It is a web. You can see it on a desktop, a laptop, obviously. You can also get the app. We suggest having it bookmarked as well as getting the app. You can see here the Marching Warriors, Caden's marching band, utilizes this app. It's very good. It's very clean. It's very quick. We do not recommend downloading the desktop app. If you see what I'm doing, let me see if I can annotate that here. This right here, we don't suggest getting that. You don't need it. And quite frankly, I don't think it works very well. So if you look here, let's taco about Jesus and let us change the world. Get it? Haha, please smile. It's the worst bad joke. Okay, thanks. So what we'll do is basically right here, you'll see everything that you need to know. So yeah, all the posts. If we have photo albums of the things we're doing, what's great is that this is not a public post. So we will if we're taking pictures, we'll put them here so only us as participants can see them. You'll also see under the events tab, this is a really important tab right here because as you can see, it's our calendar. So I'm here since I'm the administrator for this one. You see settings and add event. You can go into the next month, which is really neat because what we got here is we have an import and export. If you are to export, what you'll see then is the confirmation calendar, the group calendar. We'll just go like this. And look, the band app actually brings up Apple Calendar, Google Calendar, Outlook, Yahoo Calendar, and even the copy URL. So whatever device and platform that you work with, you can get it directly to your device, which is great because if any changes need to happen or any reminders, it's automatic. So we highly suggest importing this calendar, exporting it, and then importing it into your calendar because it'll automatically update, which is a great convenience for everybody. Also, you'll see here up at the top attachments. So we can do things like a poll. We can do things like if we need to bill, to let you guys know what's going on. Also a file. So if we have any documents we need or documents that we use, so that you can always have those, we will post them there. So again, that the events tab is probably the one, and the posts, those are the two things you really want to pay attention to because it's what's going on and it's the latest and greatest information straight to your device.
All right. All righty. So I'm going to take it back.
Take it back.
Let's see, where am I?
There we go.
I think it's good. There we go. There we go. All right. Are there, if you have any questions about the app, that sort of thing, again, feel free to put them in the um, chat. Yeah. So here we go. The next thing we have here is a possible COVID release form. And this is something that the Senate is kind of working on as we speak. And this document is something you may see further down the road. I'm not quite sure. We're not quite ready for it because council hasn't seen this and that sort of thing. So I just want to let you know that something like a COVID release form might be coming down the road in the future. So I just wanted to mention that. All right. Confirmation Reformation. How this affects both groups because of I have some kids that are being confirmed this year. So if you could speak to what the plan might be for that Reformation Sunday, or as far as how to do that socially distanced and all that good stuff.
Yeah, so we have a few students who are supposed to be confirmed this year. Now, again, this is not a graduation. Confirmation is not a graduation. So if you do not feel comfortable, and I need to be very clear about this, it is your decision, confirmands, those who are going into the 9th grade, those who have been with me for 3 years. And guess what? For those of you who are just joining this year, and those of you who are in 7th grade and 8th, going into 8th grade, this is the constant question that I want to ask, and I hope that you will wrestle with. And that is, do I believe in Jesus? Do I believe in Jesus as the Lord of my life and the Savior of my soul? On Confirmation Day, basically, we are affirming your baptism. That's what confirmation is. We're affirming your baptism. So you need to be wrestling with that question. Do I believe that God is real? Do I believe that I'm a sinner in need of salvation, and Jesus gives that to me freely? Do I believe that? Am I committing my life to following the way of Jesus? That's what it's really about. And we confirm, you make that affirmation of your baptism. You stand up in public before God and everyone and say, yes, I believe. And that's what we call Confirmation Day. And that's always the last Sunday of October. Again, confirmation is on Reformation Sunday here at Advent. And that is always the last Sunday of October. So really, I want to take my cues from all of you. Usually, it's a very high festival day. I mean, if you've been at Advent before for Reformation, you've seen banners and torchbearers and the cross and the Bible and confirmation students wearing a red robe and coming down the aisle. It's very, very pomp and circumstance. It's very high church. That being said, we have two ways of going about it, and I really want to take my cues from all of you. And that is, we can, do a regular worship service in the morning without confirmation. We would do a Reformation service and then do confirmation in the afternoon based only for the families and those who are involved with the service. The other option is to do it in the morning and not allow regular attenders to attend that day and put it all in one big kit and caboodle. And those who are in attendance are, again, those only who are associated with those being confirmed. So I put that in front of you guys. I'm going to be asking more formally. We don't have a plan right now because things may change between now and then. But right now, that's our working model, and we just don't know which one to do. How are we supposed to know your nickname? It's Pastor Aaron Lane. There you go. Okay. Sorry.
I'm not able to see the chat for some reason because I'm share screening. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I can tell you, we have two questions.
Okay.
One is, how are we supposed to know your nickname? Whose nickname do you want to know? Mine? It's Pastor Aaron Lane. It's Pal.
I'm apparently Maddie P.
Maddie P.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's what I've heard.
Once again, I have no explanation for Matt. But are we going to be invited to the Advent band group? It's a great question. Matt, do you want to take that one?
What?
The question is, are we going to be invited to the Advent band group? I think the praise and worship that was today.
Oh.
No,
yeah,
actually, no. I was asking about the band app. So I just tried to sign up on my phone, and it said, "Do you have like an invitation or something?"
Well,
I sent out that link through Remind, and also, I don't think I sent it on Team Snap, but I did send it out through Remind to everybody if you are returning from last year. So you should have got it through a text yesterday, and it's on there. Okay, cool. All right. Anything else on the chat?
Not that I'm seeing right now. However, I want to give you let's see. Is your friend right next to you? Then invite an invite code and show it to your friend. Interesting. So here is the invite code for the next 47 minutes for high schoolers. The invite code, if you can write it down, the invite code for high school class is 2745 lungs, LUNGS. So 2745, it's just random, guys. Lungs, LUNGS. So 2745 lungs. And this is, Matt, this is for parents and high school students both, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So write down 2745 lungs, and you should be able to get into the group.
So I did see that some had signed up from yesterday. So I do see that there have been some additions. So that's awesome. As far as HIP, I wanted to, we're going to move into Big Together events. And the first one of those is Hands and Puppets, or the HIP ministry. Caden, I didn't give you a prep on this, but could you speak to that just for a little bit, just to let us know kind of what you guys do? Is that possible?
Yeah, sure. So puppet ministry is something where, you know, it's kind of an out of the box type of idea, but it's not only fun, but it's a way to communicate with younger kids in a way that you wouldn't see anywhere else, really. It's just really fun. I enjoy it. I know everyone that's in it enjoys it. We'd love to have you if you want to come along. You can help choose the songs, and you can help hands in puppets.
And Caden is very good, and he can teach you how to do all that stuff. You don't move this, you move this.
Yeah, there's different little things that we'll have to learn to make it look like we actually know what we're doing. So yeah, but
I think you guys are, and you guys are going to be doing some more like the live nativity promo this year is going to be Hands and Puppets, and then of course you guys do something at the VBS, then you also do the Easter egg hunt and the pancake supper. So you do that too. All right, cool. So if you would like to be a part of that, go ahead and just say your name and in the chat probably. It's probably a good way to go about it right now. So put your name in there and say HIP right beside it. That'd be awesome. Okay?
I'd love to see some online stuff with that. I think there's a lot of potential for some online puppet videos. I want to see some reels. I want to see some TikTok with HIP.
Oh, my god.
Well, we've got the music.
Should we make it
We were
Instagram?
just listening to it right before we all
Yes,
got
we
on
were.
here.
Yes,
Yeah,
we were.
it's got to be a TikTok to that for sure.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So interest in praise and worship band. The praise and worship band actually participated in the service this morning, and I'm kind of one of the leaders. I wouldn't say it is a conglomeration, collaboration kind of thing. But if you feel called in that direction and you want to be a part of the praise and worship band, you put your name down on that chat list and we'll get in contact with you. The next time we would be participating, I believe, is October 11th, but we're going to be having, since this is a newer ministry here at Advent, we're going to be doing more rehearsals on a regular basis, and it's a small enough group that we can get together without the stress of fire and that sort of thing. So that's what's happening with that. Are there any questions about praise and worship band?
Drummers, welcome.
Yeah, because Pal's it gets tired walking all over.
It's a really long walk.
All right, so the next item up for whatever it is BTSB, which is Back to School Bash. And parents, I kind of want your input on this, whether this is the time to do this or not. So I guess what I'm asking is, and what is Back to School Bash? Well, normally what we would do is we would go bowling, or we would go to one of those Magic Mountain places, or, well, obviously that's not going to happen. So we were kind of throwing around the idea of, well, let's just do it at Advent and we'll play games and that sort of thing there on the property. And that's kind of what we're thinking about. But then again, I don't want to do anything that's going to make anybody feel uncomfortable. And so if you have a thought about that, please feel free to share at this time.
So Jeff, you were having a little bit of issue with the band app, it looks like, in the chat here. It should work on a computer as much as on the phone. It could just be a glitch of some kind. If you continue to have issues, please let me know.
So what that would be is we would be getting together at the church. The Back to School Bash would be at the church, and we would be socially distanced and as much as we could be with masks on, no food. It would just be us kind of hanging out there at the church. I think that there's something to be said for that too right now, because kids are not used to being around each other. And it's amazing. Sometimes I realize that people have legs that I didn't realize they had legs. So that's kind of what that would be. If you guys don't have any other thoughts about that, that's totally fine. But we'll go ahead and move forward with our thinking with that. If you guys don't have any big objections. Okay, very good. The next item up is the Cookie Mission Project. We do cookies in November. Again, all of this stuff we have to realize, and you have to realize, is we don't know what's going to be, but we have to plan for it as best we can. And then whatever we can do, we've already planned for it. And if we can't do it, then we just can't do it. And maybe there's a way to modify it so that we can still kind of accomplish the same thing, but in a different way. That's one of the things that has become very apparent in the last 6 months, is how you have to change it's amazing how we've had to change our plans in order to adapt them. And just continue to keep thinking that way. So anyhow, what the idea is that we decorate cookies in the kitchen and at church on a youth night, and then we deliver those to 4 different elder care facilities around. And also we'll take some to some of the shut-ins of Advent too. Christmas cheer, I do not know what's going on with that. I've looked at the Salvation Army. It's a Salvation Army project, and it is a distribution of food and gifts during the Christmas season, like the week or two before Christmas. And I went to their website and really have not seen anything about that. So that could be a moot point. Nerf war, that's always a fun thing that we do. We do that in January, and it's just a fun night at youth group, and we run around the church and shoot Nerf darts at each other. It's very therapeutic sometimes, I will say, especially, you know, if there's that one kid. Angie loves that night for some reason. I'm not quite sure why that is. She's nodding her head very emphatically. Yes. Again, winter ski retreat. That is a trip that we take up to Western New York, and we go there on Martin Luther King Day weekend. We drive up on Friday. We ski Saturday. We ski Sunday. And we come back on Monday. We are adapting, changing the schedule a little bit as far as that goes. From past years, if you've gone before, we're going to be adjusting our schedule a little bit more. But there is a spiritual retreat that goes along with that, and that has been led by youth in the past. And so that's something that I hope continues. And it's a lot of fun. Great weekend. We go to a pool. We do a whole bunch of stuff. This is the next item up is the Pancake Supper and Talent Show, which is always the Sunday right before Ash Wednesday. That will not be happening at that time. We discussed that in the youth board meeting, and that is going to become, drum roll please, a Super Bowl celebration on February 7th. So that will not be, we're going to not fundraise for us this year. We're going to fundraise for the Super Bowl of Caring if people would like to give at that point in time. So that's going to change a little bit, and maybe the pancakes may stay. It may change. Well, the youth board and I and Pal will figure out all of those logistics. Easter egg hunt, yes, it's not for you. However, you do help out with it, and that is that's always a fun thing. You guys are the line leaders. It's kind of like Vacation Bible School with those opportunities. Swoop in service days are in April, and that is when we go out and help members of Advent with different projects around their houses. So that's pretty much that. Yes, you will have all of this information on your calendar here at this here thing, because both Pal and I have put through all this information through the whole year is already imported and ready to rock and roll. So you can check on that and you get more information there too. Okay. All right.
That's great.
I'm trying to get back to where I was. Come on. Oh, it's not letting me.
It's okay. While you work on that,
there it is.
The end of the year celebration is what I'm up to next.
Yep.
So usually we have an end of year celebration on the last Sunday where we combine 6th through 12th graders, and we do things like play kickball and baseball tag and things like that. We'll see how the year goes. We'll see where we're at and how that celebration will look. It would be great to be able to play 9 square in the air again. Can I get a amen on that? Yes.
Amen. Yeah.
I love 9 square in the air. Yes, it's fantastic.
Absolutely. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing at this point. And let's see, how do we want to do? we're creating breakout rooms is what we're doing so that you guys can be sent into.
So while Matt's doing that, do you guys have any questions, anything that I can try to answer? Let Matt use all of his brain power to get us in the right breakout rooms. Because again, what we're going to do right now, Zoom has this great thing, breakout rooms that allow us to now, without leaving this meeting, go into specific high school and go into specific confirmation class. What we're going to be covering is, what are we talking about this year? Is there any cost associated? What about confirmation camp? Things like that. So that's kind of what we're going to talk about. It's not going to be very long. I know my kids are probably like, hey Dad, when's dinner? I'm looking for my kids right now. And they say yes. Look at that. Annabelle's waving. She's like, please save me. I'm hungry. Annabelle has a cat on her bed. She didn't know that that's where the cat's natural habitat is. And on a Sunday, that's also what I look like when I come home from church.
I also have a cat by my feet.
Say what, Belle?
I have another cat by my foot.
Ah.
Oh.
So.
I have, Jen, where do you want to be? You can't split yourself in half.
For senior high or
For senior high or confirmation?
Jen Dieter.
I don't care. Whichever one's going to be more beneficial.
All right, we'll send you.
Unless we can get Mike to get on, but
well,
he's in the middle of something.
He's always, troublemaker. All right, John Klaus goes. Marcy, are you staying with me?
Marcy, get her to high school.
Yeah, okay, cool. I think we're ready.
Okay. Well, Matt will break us up now. Part of this is we're not going to meet back together as a big group because we really don't need to. If you have any direct questions and things like that for me, feel free to give me any contact, or vice versa. If you're not in a group with Matt and you have a question for him, please go ahead and ask him. But once we are in our breakout rooms, we will end the meeting from wherever we are from there, so we won't come back. So
wave at everybody.
Yes. High schoolers, it was great to see you. High school parents, thank you so much for trusting us with spiritual direction for your children. And if there's any way that we can help you as well, please let us know. But Matt, go ahead, and confirmands, you're going to be with me.
Yeah, so you guys will be leaving, and senior high, you will stay here. Okay? All right, here we go.
I would like to join the breakout room. Hey, oh my goodness, technology works. It's fantastic. I love it. Grace, you have graced us with your presence. Fantastic. Dustin. Oh, hey, I know who that is. What's up, Miss Bunch? Good to see you. Oh, you left. I can't find you now. Oh, there you are. You moved squares on me. Okay. I think we should have everybody now. Can everyone hear me okay? Thumbs up. Great. Fantastic. There's a little reaction thing at the bottom of your screen. At least there should be. So you can give me a smiley face or a clap if you really like what I'm saying, a thumbs up. Give me some affirmation. Honestly, I think that's probably the toughest part of preaching right now is all I get are eyeballs staring at me. And I have no idea if people are smiling or going, oh my gosh, when is this over? Okay. So that's basically my life. So any affirmation is great. Thanks. Just to let you know, a little bit of some things that are going on for confirmation this year. We are in the small catechism year. So we're in the small catechism, Luther's small catechism. And for those of you who don't know what Luther's small catechism is, you can go through it with us. It'd be great, actually really great fun to have you a part of it. So I hate to do this because we've done it a lot tonight, and I'm sure you've done it a lot on Zoom meetings as well. But I am going to share my screen one last time. Sorry. But here we are, sharing the screen. AdventELC.org is your second best friend to the Band app. I'll put things on here if need be, links, but really you don't need to visit this website. Everything will be on the Band app. So basically what I want to do is go through what we're going to do this year. Confirmation there's a link right here that I really would like you to go to, if at all possible. And that is right here at the bottom of the page. Again, right here at the bottom of the page, you'll see 2021 confirmation registration form. If you are going to be a part of the confirmation class this year, it is supremely important that you fill out this registration form, because it makes sure that I get the right amount of materials. I want to make sure that I get the right amount of materials. So speaking of materials, what do we need this year? Well, thanks for asking, Tyler. Great job. So this is just the way I work, Tyler. You're gonna have to get used to it, buddy. All right. Basically, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have roughly a fee of about $30. That's what I'm looking at right now with our budget and how much we can supplement. What's going to happen with that? And you can just, if you don't mind, make out a check to Advent Lutheran Church for $30, write in the memo confirmation, so we make sure we put it in the right place when the counters do it. But what does that get you? Well, we are going to switch Bibles this year. It's still going to be the NRSV version of the Bible, and you're going to get your very own, Sarah. Okay? You're going to get your very own. Thanks be to God. Okay. As you can tell, Sarah is very excited, and I'm excited for her. But we are, it's going to be, the study notes in this one are better. Quite frankly, they're just better. It's going to serve you guys into college much better. So I want to get this one to you and in your hands. Also, we want to get you a copy of, thank you, Tyler. We want to get you a copy of Luther's Small Catechism. If you just hold on real quick. Where'd it go? Where's my copy? Okay. Well,
Hey, Erica.
oh, good. Hey, there, Dustin's got it. There we go. All right, very good, buddy. Wow, that's some retro the cover there. Whew. Okay, very good. That's amazing. I'm super excited. So yes, Luther's Small Catechism is really, really important. It covers topics like the 10 Commandments, the sacraments, so baptism and Holy Communion. It talks about the Creed, which is really important, the Lord's Prayer. There's 7 articles of the Lord's Prayer. So we're going to be talking about this year, why do these things matter? We're going to be talking about why do we worship the way we do? We're going to do some Lutheran identity. So we're going to watch a movie called Luther. We're going to explore basically what does it mean to be a Christian and what does it mean to be a Christian who identifies as a Lutheran. So again, there's Lutheran identity, some Lutheran history. I know history doesn't sound exciting for a lot of you. So I like to bring some of this to life. I've actually been, for those of you who've been with us for a while, back in 2017, we went to Europe and went to the footsteps of Martin Luther. So we went to Rome, we went to Wittenberg, we went to, Munich, and places like that. So I like to bring these places to life. And so we're going to be talking about why does all this matter? Why does Luther's take matter? So we'll be talking about that. And an easy way to do that, there's a couple of ways. Obviously, I'm going to get you a book because we want you to have a book. We want to actually have you not look at a screen and actually read something on a piece of paper. Also, though, there is an app if you'd like to look at it on your screen. Let's see here. If I look here, you could probably go to your place and you'll see it's a red app by Augsburg Fortress, and you'll see all the different things that you can download, or not download, all the things included on the app. So like, let's say, for instance, the Lord's Prayer. If I tap on that, it gives me what Luther wrote, the introduction, first petition, and Luther always asks a question, and it's something that I'm really going to harp on this year. It is, what is this, and what does this mean? What is this and what does this mean? That's classic Martin Luther. It's classic question by Luther. And it's something that I think we all need to be asking. about anything, what we see on the news, what our friends are telling us at school, what our teachers are saying. What is this? What does this mean? What does it have to do with me? What does it have to do with my relationship with God and neighbor? So we're going to be talking about that. So there is an app. You can find Luther's Small Catechism online. Simply just Google Luther's Small, and it'll probably come up catechism, because catechism's a hard word to spell. Catechism, by the way. Mouse. So again, those are the big things. We are going to, I need to make sure I have my chat open here. Sorry, guys. So here's my question, or not a question, but going forward, just so you know, normally we have a winter retreat at Lutheran Memorial Camp. We also have summer camp. That's 1 week. You'll probably, thank you, Alicia. Thank you. Yes, you can send in the check for $30 because I found it in the budget to be able to cover $13.50 for each student. So thank you for finding that. And thank you for the thumbs up. So again, it's going to cost a total of $43.50 for all the materials, but the church is going to cover $13.50 for each student. So we try to, again, that's a big thing for me. I will tell you, I try to ease financial burdens because I know you guys have school fees, you've got, sports or clubs, you've got a lot of stuff coming at you. So we try to relieve that as much as possible. So back to camping. Now, camp is a fee that normally we do. Camp, it's not us, it's by Lutheran Outdoor Ministries in Ohio, or LOMO. We go to Lutheran Memorial Camp, which is a camp right up in Fulton, Ohio, only about 25, 30 minutes from here. Fantastic camp. My home camp, actually, where I was a confirmation student and went. And I spend the week there. I don't leave and come back unless somebody is having a pastoral emergency, and then I do leave and come back. But I stay the whole week. We're not sure what camp is going to look like. Obviously, COVID had LOMO cancel all camps this past summer. So that was a summer bummer. It was a real bummer in the summer. And I missed all of you. Thank you, Alicia. Thank you. So all of you are on mute, and it's really funny to watch you laugh without actually laughing, without hearing you. So it's really fun. This year, what I'd really like to do, I'd love to have the winter retreat. I'd love to have us back at summer camp. If you could look up on the band app, what the dates are that we have down, and just go ahead and put them in your calendar just in case they happen. I would love to have that time blocked out because really it's important to go. I do have a requirement that each student needs to go to 2 out of the 3 years to winter retreat and 2 out of the 3 years to summer. I'd love it if you came all 3. Most people find that they want to come all 3. Because it's a fun time. It's a fun week. I also want to let you know that starting in January, I am going to be on the board of directors for the camp, for all the camping ministry in Ohio, Lutheran Outdoor Ministry. So I will hopefully get all the news and notes that we need quicker than everyone else. And I'll let you know just as soon as I can. Okay. So that's what's going on there. And thank you also for that, Ben. Thank you for the So that's pretty much what we're doing. I will let you know in March, supposedly, I'm leading a trip to the Holy Land in March. So I will be gone for part of that time. So you'll see on your schedule that I'm only going to miss one Sunday as part of our trip to Israel in the Holy Land. So just FYI, again, that'll be in late March. Many of you may be on spring break, actually, while I'm gone. Also, some of you may be wondering about acolyting. That's right, lighting fire in church. Yes, I will teach you how to light fire in church, not light the church on fire. These are very very different things. Okay. So, but right now we're actually not having acolytes because of the COVID situation. So when that time comes, when we will have acolytes, I will let you know and I will train you on how to do that. Okay. This is what I'd like you to do. If you could, whenever the weather is nice outside, and I'll let you be the judge of the weather. I'm not going to message you and say, hey, do this. You guys can look out the window and you understand. I would like all of you to bring a lawn chair with you on Sunday nights, because what I plan to do is go out into the backyard, maybe around where the basketball hoop is, into that backyard, and we will be sitting around in a circle and being socially distanced. And yes, wearing a mask, unless everyone is comfortable being socially distanced outside and not wearing a mask. I'm comfortable with being outside 6 feet apart in radius without a mask, but I want to make sure that everybody's comfortable. So please let me know. You can private message me, but according to the things that I've seen and from the information that we're getting from our bishop's office, being outside and being socially distanced at a minimum of 6 feet is okay, as long as we're not singing or playing instruments. Then it increases to 13 feet. But that might change. Thank you, Beth. But that might change. Who knows? So again, I think it would be great. I also, if you are not a face mask person, but would like to wear a face shield instead, that's fine with me too. If everyone has a face shield, or if you just have one and you'd rather wear that, as long as we're outside, it's okay. We will have the building open for anyone who needs to run to the restroom. However, anyone who uses the restroom needs to make sure that they are following the protocol. So we have protocol sheets on all the bathroom mirrors. So when you go in, we have a spray bottle of sanitizer and paper towels for you to use to wipe down anything that you may have used in your visit to the restroom. You can unmute yourself and ask a question, or you can ask it in the chat. But other than that, we're going to start on September 13th. I'm not sure what Matt's going to do with the back to school bash. So as of right now, we have no plans for Sunday school to happen in the fall as of right now. So during being at church, other than worship at 10:30, that's in person and online. Other than that, we don't have any plans to do online stuff. However, Jean is working right now, and in fact, I've seen her assemble materials to send home. So people will be getting things in the mail. But so your primary Christian education will be happening with me on Sunday nights. Okay. All right. Any questions? Tyler, are you shooting hoops? What are you doing, dude? One question that I've got is, are friends invited? Yeah, friends are always invited. If you have a friend that you'd like to bring, we do have fun. I already have a list of fun games that we can play that are socially distant and also involve prizes. That's right, prizes. Okay. I know, Sarah. It's amazing. I can hear you even though you're muted. I can still hear you. You're very excited. Who do we make the checkout to? Thanks for that question. And that, again, is Advent Lutheran Church. And in the memo, simply put confirmation. That way we put it in the correct line item. Okay? Questions. Oh, another question that came up, and that is, can you do it online? No, you cannot do it online because we don't have it set up for it. Can we Venmo? Jeff, I love that. That's a great question. No. Because what happens is that you would pay me and then I have to pay somebody else. I have to pay the church. Or maybe they would. No, not right now. But thanks. I like the question. I like the idea. Trust me. If it was my decision, we would. Anyway, chimes, confirmation chimes. Yes, that is still going to happen. And yes, Jean will be there to lead you. So from 7 o'clock until 7:15-ish, Jean will be leading confirmation chimes. And yes, we will be socially distant. And yes, you will need a mask for while you are in the church building. Yes, great question.
Good pal.
Who's that? Who it is? Sarah.
I don't know.
Hello,
Oh, yeah.
Sarah.
So I was wondering, you said friends are always welcome, but does that include like all events and stuff? Kind of like, I remember, wouldn't people be able to go on like the ski trip and stuff like in previous years? Could people still do that?
That's really a Matt question. That's a really good question. The ski trip is Matt's thing because I fall and break things, so I'm not allowed. Just FYI. That's why I don't jump very high too, other than I'm short and fat. I really don't jump high either. As far as the ski retreat, I would venture to say yes. But as far as all the things that I run, including confirmation camp and winter retreat, you're welcome to bring friends. That's super fun. Tell them about Jesus. I mean, we're going to have a, Jesus is a friend of mine kind of thing. So yeah, great question. Great question.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Other questions? Hi, Anna. I am curious. Can you give me a show of hands, either physically or virtually, letting me know who is totally virtual for their school right now? Who's totally virtual? You guys are? Okay. All right. How many of you are hybrid right now? Thanks, Jen. You guys are hybrid. Okay. And is there anyone going to school physically first? Yeah, Annabelle, you're the only one going to school physically all the time. Okay. That's great to know because, again, we want to be countercultural. We want to be able to say, if you guys are getting too much screen time, I don't want to do it. We will adjust our plan as needed and as the state of Ohio and Franklin County tell us is permissible. We're doing everything we can to be good about that. And just FYI, I will be strict about it. Okay. I don't want anyone getting sick. Nope. Not on my watch. Okay. Other questions? Comments? All right. Well, seeing none, I'm going to go ahead and warm up dinner. That's right. Mom's away. So I'm going to warm up dinner. That's how I roll. It's wonderful. I am sincerely looking forward to doing this. Parents, this is much for you as it is for the students. If you would like to study along with us, I invite you to do that. If you ever have a question, please text me, please chat me, whatever. I am so connectable. Get back to me, get to me, and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. If you have any question, you want to have a conversation, do not feel dumb if you haven't taken confirmation in probably a few years. So please, I get to do this every year. So please come with me. I would love to journey with you through this as well. I think it's going to be really enriching for you and your student, your child, if you journey with us. Okay. All right. Anything else? Can you switch me to high school? No. But what you can do, Jen, is leave the room. So Jen, you can click leave room, and then it'll tell Matt that you need to be switched back. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm here for you. See, look at this.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. I'm around. It's cool.
Twice in one day. Look at there.
We are going to have fun. FYI, Jesus and fun. That's right. They go together, and that's what we're going to do. So, all right, guys, I will see you hopefully in church, either virtually or online. Please download the band app, and please, please, please fill out the confirmation registration form at adventelc.org/confirmation. Do it right away. Do it now. Don't put it off. That way I can order all the materials and everyone will be happy and Sarah can get her Bible. Okay? That's what we're looking for. All right, great. God bless you guys. Thank you so much. And if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. But until then, go with God, but go.
Peace out.
Thanks. Doc. No, these are all, they're coming back from the breakout room. All right. So, Jen, pretty much just be flexible. Fluid and flexible is our key words for the day, for this year.
Matthew,
Yes.
I'm an elementary school teacher.
Oh, you
I
are.
live in flexibility world
You
when it
are
comes
very
to stuff like this.